What would freedom for myself look like? Would be able to make all of my own choices. In ways I don't feel free, and I think that is from a financial standpoint. Growing up with not a lot of money and working class, and then being a writer and not having any money, has definitely made me a little cynical. Just when I see other people and what they have or get and what comes easily to them. And I remember, being in middle school and couldn't afford the brand name coat, or couldn't go to ski club, and everyone else. That has stayed with me. So money gives you freedom in a lot of ways. If you have money, you have more opportunities. That said, I'm kind of glad I don't have it, because it has forced me to get to know myself on a level that if I had a trust fund, I wouldn't. When you read your students' personal essays about shit that they're going through or have been through, or their fears and doubts, I think it has made me a much more just compassionate person, and that I'm able to, as they say, hold space for people. That I think is the most surprising, the thing that has surprised me the most about myself, because I never, I hated high school, and I never would have seen myself as a teacher. That would just be the funniest thing. But the way that I have been able to find that in myself, and that I have this gift of just holding space for people to tell their stories and to encourage them, I think that is the best thing about me.
Why is it important to be compassionate?
I think it's all we have. If you have compassion, you have deeper relationships, and you move through the world differently, because you're thinking of what other people are going through. I remember having a yoga teacher who said, if you notice that everyone around you is in crisis, then you've awakened. I'm lucky because I'm in a circle of, I know a lot of writers and artists, and they are compassionate souls, but I think compassion as a whole in America is something very much lacking. If you grow up and you don't see any part of the world other than your couch and your TV, you are afraid when you go out into the world. And our country is just so segregated. It's there's New York, and we're in our own bubble, even in upstate New York. And you can be in Hudson, and most people are very like-minded and have these beliefs, and then you can drive, 3 miles to Catskill, and there's the huge Trump sign, the red, white, and blue on the barn that says Trump. Yeah, and that's another problem too, is we do read the articles that agree with what we think. So it's we're all just in our cycle. Or we post something I'm posting this because it supports the way I think. And it's a lot more difficult to sit with someone and understand their point of view. Did that used to happen more? I don't know. Again, it's back to the phones. No one's gonna sit and talk anymore we are, but normally it's you don't just do that. We'd be looking at our phones by now.
How do you feel about him?
About Trump? Evil fucker.
We're here for a very simple reason: to defend the right of every child, born and unborn, to fulfill their God-given potential.
He wants us to act out of fear. And being told, the female body being looked at as such an object is so terrifying. Being told that you don't get to make decisions for yourself. It just feels completely surreal and really, really heartbreaking.
They are coming after me because I am fighting for you, and we are fighting for those who have no voice, and we will win because we know how to win.
I would love to talk to a woman who voted for him. I probably do know some and don't know that I know some, but I haven't spoken with one. I would be really interested to hear that perspective, because you don't hear it much, but I just don't understand how anyone who is female, can defend that.
All of my kids' achievements are going to be part of my legacy. Being a mother is the best thing that, can happen to a woman if it's God's will. So here I am.
I think women in a lot of ways are brainwashed because we grow up being told a lot, that we are less than. And so if you're still in that mindset, because it is hard to break out of that, and it actually takes work, and again, it takes educating yourself, and it takes research and all these things, and conversations with people. But if you're still in that mindset and that narrow-mindedness, and there's someone powerful and telling you how to think and telling you all the ways that you're bad and wrong and shouldn't have choices, it's sad to say, but there are women, of course, that subscribe to that notion. Though I don't identify as super political, and people wouldn't call my writing political, by being a woman and writing about what that reality is like in the year 2020, that is political, because we are told that we're not important and not to speak, right? I mean, that's what it's like, your story's not important. And that's a lot of feedback that female writers get.